open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. Can make me move.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Is the window capture thing working? Do I have to keep this open like this? So I did add the translation bot or the translation subtitle thing to the stream, so now we have some sort of translation for the stream, but I'm not 100% sure how it works. I wonder if I open something else on top of it, if it's still going to translate. So this time I'm going to do everything right and, you know, just go through the chat and say hello to everyone. So we have Venia Coat. Let me actually do live chat so I have everyone that way. We got TJ Clark, we got Agons, we got Sky, we got Amber Ray as always, we got Alexander Rossi, Kostika, Dean, Yay, Aura, Maze, Akram, Artem, Pepe, we got Anna. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Mooney's here. Happy New Year everyone, hope you had a great holiday. Thank you so much, Mooney. We got Dean, we got John, we got Myri, we got Nobody, we got Rose, we got Fletcher, we got Polly the Cat, we got Juna. Who else? Yeah, I think I got everyone. We got Vulu, we got Troja. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So it's going to be a pretty easy stream. Nothing crazy going on, so I wanted to take the time to test this one hero skin. Try to make some sort of series with these skins, so we have some sort of Vikings content for throughout you know, this month. And then obviously we'll do our typical, if I have time to stream, you know, we'll do a cover of Asgard or we'll do a cover of Jot. It's kind of very difficult to do those things though when you have a full-time job. You know, I kind of want to go a little bit slow because I talk too much and I feel like the translations aren't going to, you know, keep up with the way I'm talking. I'm here too. Hey Troja, welcome to the stream. But yeah, so we'll test this skin out. Obviously I can't test it for fortresses, but we will test it out for normal battles. I can get one of my friends to help me load a tile up so we can, you know, at least understand how it does in terms of offense. Maybe we'll test it for defense. And you know what? I can pull up a spreadsheet. Quit your job? Yeah, I should quit my job and just focus on Vikings. We can pull out a spreadsheet, write everything down, and try to figure out how good this skin does. If you have any ideas, or you know, if you want any other skin to pair up against this, I can show you guys all the hero skins that I have and we can figure out which ones we want to test. Obviously it can't be this guy, this one's mostly for fortresses. So this is the hero skin that we're testing. It's called the Emperor's Envoy. What it gives is basically siege offense 150%, troop offense against melee 50%, troop health when attacking towns. We can try this on the town as well. and then troop or offense during attack against T3s, which I don't really think is a big impact, but there are many T3 towns in the game right now. So we'll test this with onslaughts and attacks as well. I don't know what other skin to, you know, test this against. Maybe a seasonal skin if we have any that's good enough. I know this one is a siege debuff, right? It gives you siege offense, troop offense against siege. So it's a siege debuff. Is your home gang over? No, my home gang starts, it's the last slot. Can you try the Emperor versus Leader? It's a good question. I don't know if I have Leader. Which one is Leader? Is Leader a new one? I recently stopped buying skins. Is this Leader? No, this is Two-Faced. I feel like Leader is the one skin that I might not have bought. I recently stopped buying the skins because I feel like just the Asgard ones are always better than the seasonal store ones. There's one that I don't have, and then there's another in the store that I don't have right now. Let's see. This can't be Leader. This is, yeah. I feel like Leader is the one with the wolves that I just didn't buy. That kind of sucks, Anna. Yeah. Maybe I should have bought it. I got this one, which gives me killer defense. Hi bro, bonjour everyone, happy new year. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's the one skin that you wanted me to test it against, I don't have, sadly. Wait, that can't be it. Yeah, I feel like I know which one the Leader is, and I just know that I didn't buy it. Leader is the one with the wolves, yeah. I know. That's the only one that I don't have aside from this one, and again, with this one, I feel like I should get it just because of the defense stats, which I'm actually going to get it. Leader is the only other one that I don't have. Check Heir versus Empress. Heir to the Throne. Okay, we'll try Heir to the Throne, which is this guy. We'll try him against this Emperor as well. But I feel like Heir is not really the best thing to use for towns, especially if you're using a specific troop type. You know, the Emperor, the good thing about it is it's siege, and I use siege mostly. Heir, I know, gives you the offense against multiple troop types, but it just doesn't have the town stats. If there were any stats here for, you know, towns instead of the T8 ones, Heir would be comparable or, you know, useful in terms of towns. Yeah, it doesn't have that, so it's just, in my opinion, it's a inferior hero skin when it comes to towns. But we can test it. We'll test it with that. I feel like we should also test it with one of the defense ones. I'm not gonna use which one is, I feel like this one's the stronger one, right? We'll test it with this one just to see how it does on defense. And I think that should be it. So we'll test it with this. And yeah, we'll try to figure out if it's a good skin, if it's a bad skin, or what it is. In my opinion, obviously, just by looking at the stats, so you have a very big advantage in terms of siege offense. Your troop offense against melee is good because obviously siege counters melee a lot already, and then you get an extra bonus. But I feel like many people are stopping to use their melee troop types. Like, if at this point it's kind of easy to change, and many people are switching to like killers and archers and cav. Those are the new favorites. But yeah, the fact that it gives you offense against T3s isn't amazing, but there's a lot of T3 towns now. So in a way, it's also very, very good to have this, because now you're just constantly hitting T3s. At least now you have some sort of offense against them. So just by looking at it, I would say it's a good skin. Whether it's a good skin overall would depend on our test results, so we can try to figure that part out. Alright, so first we will try this with no hero skin. So we'll do it with a hero skin that gives us no advantage. So let's take one of these lower ones, and we'll do our test that way. So let me delete all my reports, so that way we don't get confused. Looking at old reports. And yeah, we'll try to figure out how good the skin is. So, oh, one thing that we should test actually before we do this. Let's check the skin. Here, I don't think there was any specific advantages, you know, anything crazy. Yeah, okay. So I will use Siege for this test, and I will ask them to put whatever troop that they have. So let's do that. Oh, they have melee. That's perfect. So let's use T4 melees on defense. Put 1,000,000 in. I think 1,000,000 should be more than enough. Right. Yeah, just put 1,000,000 in, and use your hero and shaman in your proper setup. So don't change those, and put 1,000,000 T4s in. All right. So I asked him to. Oh, he's using. You're in training gear and you're using a skin. Don't use a skin for now, and don't well, completely don't use any skins, and switch. Oh, God damn it! It's gonna be a little bit difficult to tell him, but let me type it to him. Because the thing is, it's gonna farm the tile up. So go back to your melee setup, and don't use any skins. So no skins. Use something like mine, where, let me go here. Use something like this where you don't get any stats, but use your fighting gear, and yeah, we'll do the test that way. So when you're ready, just go into the tile. All right, I'm just gonna scout it just to be sure. All right, let's scout. Right. Nice. Okay, so first attack, let's go use, I feel like I'm gonna be very strong, so let's use T4s, but let's just use 1,000? Yeah, let's just use 1,000, and obviously I'm in the wrong shaman, so let's switch that around quickly. Alright, attack. All the way down to T4s, and let's just use 1,000. Send, and we failed, okay. Let's go look at the report. So, first attack, 1,000 T4s against 1,000,000, so that way he won't lose it, even though we have a very big advantage. Both of us have no hero skins at this point. So the first test is no hero skins. Oh my god, the tile disappeared. He farmed the tile up. Okay, okay. I feel like these won't die quickly. Let's jump to this. And that way we can keep testing. Yeah, there's 5,000,000 in that. That's not going anywhere. Nice. That was funny. Okay, so quickly, let me get rid of this. Oh, no, wait. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, he farmed the tile up. First test, no hero skins, gives us 800, and he loses 877. All right, so load it up again. Just put your troops in. Same thing. And all right, so now I can change my hero skin. And yeah, let's try the Emperor first. So attack, and again, I'm just going to use only 1,000, so that way we keep it similar. And he's put in 1,000,000, I believe. So send. All right. And let me just ask him to pull out. Perfect. All right, so obviously once we get a little bit of this done, we'll try to figure out how quickly we can do it, right? All right, so now with the Emperor skin, and again, Floki has no skins on. Now with the Emperor skin, we are killing 943. So here we killed 877. Here we killed 943, so already a big advantage. Gold tile would also work. Yeah, but we should be fine on this, no worries. So already we have a very big advantage with the Emperor skin. So in terms of the advantage, obviously we have the 50% against melee, which is coming into play. And then we also have the 150% siege attack, so we can see how big of a difference it makes. They're losing almost 3,000 and 150 something extra influence. So load it up again. And then now we change the hero skin. Let's try, we said heir to the throne, right? In terms of attacking, heir to the throne, we apply. And then again, we send only 1,000, just to keep it similar. Attack. And then you can pull. Now let's take a look. So now we're killing 905. So heir to the throne already in terms of attack. You are in the valley. You do have some hidden bonuses from your stronghold. I don't think it matters much. They don't even have a clan, so yeah, I guess you're right. But in terms of the results, I don't think it matters much. I don't think the advantages would change, because the only thing we're changing in this scenario is just the hero skin. I technically also have stronghold knowledge that he doesn't have, right? But we're looking at the results in terms of just changing the hero skins. Everything else is staying the same. And already we can see that the heir to the throne, even though it has a 30% debuff against all troop types. Okay, sure, we can change the type as well. So even though this has a debuff against all troop types, since we're using the siege still, it doesn't matter much. So heir to the throne, just if we're using siege, is not as strong as the other skin, siege against melee at least, until we do more tests. Let's see, do we have another skin that we want to try before we change anything around? Let's see, do we have anything? This I know gives you a siege offense, but obviously it's a small siege offense. There's that 6%, but nothing crazy there. I say we try with her, because she has the town advantages. Okay, yeah, let's try with her. We'll do one more test with her just to make sure, right? High Hound should do the test attacking a town to see if all the bonuses work. We'll try those as well. So let's try on the tiles, and then we'll move on to the towns, and we'll change the troop type as well. Alright, so now we're attacking with the Valkyrie. And again, I'm going to do 1,000 T4 just to keep it same as every other test we did. And we send, and you can pull from the tile as well. Right. So yeah, the Valkyrie, even in terms of the T4s, obviously gets beaten by the heir to the north, heir to the throne. My bad. It's a little bit weird, to be completely honest, because I thought the Valkyrie, because it has the town attack percentages. Well, technically we're not attacking a town, so it doesn't work actually. Never mind, I'm wrong. Once we attack the towns, we'll see it. But yeah, Valkyrie doesn't have the town bonuses. So here, let's actually look. So the only thing that works in this case is the 5% offense against T4s. These stats are all nullified, so really the Valkyrie isn't the best choice when it comes to town tile battles at this point. Valkyrie did the worst. Let's go and attack town now. So if he drops his shield, we'll try the same setup. Let me switch to no skin as well again. All right, so let me tell him to heal up. What we need to do is have him heal up every time, so that way it keeps a constant amount of troops in his city, and we can test it without having any sort of you know, mistakes that happen. Hopefully no one attacks his city because I know he's clanless, but just gotta hope at this point. Okay. So let's do our first test. I know I can't scout him because he has scouts, so let's do an attack. Again, I'm gonna use 1,000, and let's just see what happens. 1,000 T4s. I don't know if he has anything else other than T4s, but let's see. He has killers. Wait. Floki, are you able to get rid of... I don't know if he's able to hear me in time. Can you get rid of the killers, though? If you can, it would be perfect. If you have T4s and if you can get rid of your killers. I say we delete this report for now, and let's see if he's able to delete those killers from his account. Let's see. Okay, so he said he removed those killer T1s, which are, I guess he just made spare or whatever. Let's do another 1,000 again and see. Alright, so here's the attack on the towns with his T4 in front of them. With no skin from us, we are at 800 lost and we killed 985. So Floki should just heal up, and I will switch hero skins to the Emperor's Envoy, which is the same way as we did last time, and then try again to attack with another 1,000. Send. And now we jump to 1092. So we went from 985 to 1092. And the only thing we changed was the hero skin. I don't know if the chat stopped or you guys just stopped talking, but I'm gonna double check. Oh, I mean, it seems okay on my end, so maybe you guys just went quiet. Okay, so Floki just needs to heal again, and these hero and town skins are from Thrones Kingdom at War. Plarium is getting lazy. They just did the merge between the two games. Okay, so that was the second test, and then I believe we did Heir to the Throne as we're listening. all right. So Heir to the Throne is now the skin, and then Floki has healed. I'm still watching, just listening. Okay. All right. So again, 1,000 and send. All right. Honestly, the difference isn't massive. It's pretty close, like almost 90, 92 and 116. So let's say 120 and then, so almost 70 extra. In terms of towns, so let's go back. So this was our first test. This would be our Emperor, and then in terms of towns, the gap seems a little bit bigger, obviously, because you have that, because you have that extra ability in terms of your Emperor getting that bonus, right? So it's much bigger. When it comes to the towns, we have almost 70, whereas there was almost, 40 extra. If a player downed you, it would be the kill feed that was 100% the hello? I don't really understand, but so in terms of attacking the town, obviously because the air doesn't have the town bonus, it becomes a bigger, or a more noticeable difference. And let's lastly try the Valkyrie, which is a very outdated skin. I don't think many people even use her anymore, but let's try her. And then, okay, he says he's healed. And let's send another 1000. So I think in terms of towns, this should do better than the air. Let's check. So yeah, so in terms of towns, it does a little bit better than the air, even though it doesn't have the offense against type. Oh, multiple strings going wrong chat. Okay, no worries. So in terms of towns, obviously the Valkyrie does better just because of those town bonus stats that it has than air, but it doesn't do better than the Emperor, but it's kind of close, right? It's not too far out, which is nice because this has the 5% offense against T4s. So since we did those tests already, these 4 and the first 4, so let's see if Loki can train some T3s, and we'll try it against his T3s and see if that works. I don't know if he's able to, but we're being demanding today. So let's see if he can train some T3s. And we'll try to hit against his T3s. Since we already... what if you try against other troop type? Let's try the T3s and then we'll go, because if I remember correct, the ENVOY has a bonus against T3s. Let's just make sure. So he said he's trained some T3s. Obviously, we're not going to need that many. Even if he made like 100,000, it's more than enough. Actually, let me switch again to hero-less. We'll skinless. And we'll try first with that. 1,000 just to gauge what exactly it is. So for T3s, I'm still gonna do 1,000 T4s, I think. Send. So now we're hitting T3s with 1,000 T4s, and we got 1, 2, 6, 7 with hero without any hero skins. So let's switch to the Emperor's Envoy. And attack. Let's see if he's healed. Okay. Let's send. So 1,480. So now we get a big leap, obviously, compared to the hero skin less. Now we try with the Emperor. Sorry, I'm confusing their names. We try with the Heir to the Throne. With the French guy, everyone calls him. Apparently, he's French. And let's attack. 1,000. Send. And already you can see a much bigger gap compared to before. So 1,480, and then we're down to 1,319. So now it's actually interesting to see how the Valkyrie would do. Sorry, not hero sets, hero skin, and let's try the Valkyrie on, because now the Valkyrie only has the town stats, but it doesn't have the T4 buff thingy going for it. Okay. Attack. 1000 and send. And now we can see 1312, 1319. So now that the Valkyrie doesn't have the T4 bonus going for it, the heir to the throne is better. But again, none of them even compare to the advantage that you get from using the specific skin, which is before I forget its name, which is the Emperor's Envoy. So the Emperor's Envoy already makes your siege stronger. Now it makes your attack also stronger because you get a 30% buff against T3s that the other two don't have. In terms of towns, even though Air doesn't have the town stats, it has a negative debuff against troops, which the Valkyrie doesn't have, so it makes it stronger than the Valkyrie. Alright. Good night and good luck with the testing hound. I'll go to bed so I can get ready for plunder, shards, and CVC. Sounds good. Take care, my friend. Here's my question to you guys. Do you want me to test with me using a specific troop type against melee, or you want me to ask him to change to another type and we test it that way? Or you want to do both, or what exactly do you guys think is better? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit a ghost. That way it creates some sort of buffer in between. So I know those were the melee on siege on melee attacks. And then now we have this, so it separates the others. So what do you guys think? Is the translation thing even working? No, it's stuck. I don't know why it does this. I'm kind of new to it, so I'm getting used to it. But yeah, I don't know why it stops all of a sudden every time. I'll wait some time just to see what you guys think. Should I be using a different troop type to attack, like even with the skin? Hyper, I'm just in a shard farm for now. Not a shark farm, a shard farm. There you go. Where is the giveaway? We didn't get a giveaway for 5k subscribers. Oh, what can I do against his town skins if he has any? I can ask him. I know he has a defense one that he can use. I don't think it will matter much though, Mark. I think in terms of checking for this skin, obviously they will decrease the stats that we have. I would like to see his defending stats. I don't think his knowledge is completed, but I think for me to be able to show you defending stats, I would have to be the one that's winning, right? Unless we ask him to show his perspective, which will kind of be very difficult to get right now. Type, but with your own. So I change my type, essentially, Mooney? Is that what you're saying? So I change, like let's say I'm using archers. But why would they use that skin though? If I use archers with that skin, let's just to see if the offense stats work. Just to see if these stats work. Is that what we're trying to figure out? Oh, I'll ask him. What troop type should we ask him to make? And what troop tier? I think we can start with T4s and try with the tile again against different troop types. Sure. I don't know if he has gear for them, but I guess he'll have to use his melee stats. Let's try. What should I ask him? Killers? If it's a test for the envoy, so don't change my troop type, the target should change troop type. Okay, so what should I ask him to make? Killers? Killers is the biggest offense. Killers is the biggest difference maker, you know. It has 50% against siege, so let's try killers, and we'll ask him to make a million T4s killers. But then the problem is with testing him on his town, I think it will be difficult to figure out, but we'll see what happens. The T3s would work, but the T4s, if he has a wall, it wouldn't work. Alright, so Floki, if you can send a million T4 killers. We'll try with calves later. Let's try killers first. If you can do a million T4 killers. And same as before, no skin. Right. So again, we'll try first with no skin, and again 1,000. T4s. And send. Alright. What changed? I feel like I did so much better on this. Wait, I want to go all the way back. Oh, well, never mind. I know what changed. He doesn't have any siege and killer knowledge. Okay. If he has any gear for any other troop type, maybe try with that. He doesn't have any gear. He doesn't have any gear. I know he only has melee. He's still using his melee stats, so it's fine, I think. But let's try. So that was hero-less. Let's see if he pulled from the tile. And refresh again. Now we use the envoy. Oh no. I know I should make a preset or something. Let's try here. Town test or troop stand? We're doing a mix of both just to figure out about the skin. So here I believe I'm using the envoy right now. The envoy against killers, obviously we're losing that 50% against melee, so we're losing that stat, but it still gives you the 150% siege offense. And then let's ask him to pull and refresh. And then now we use the heir to the throne. Send. So yeah, now that we don't have the 50% against melee, obviously the envoy is not doing as good as the heir to the throne, which has, you know, the 30% debuff against killers. So now heir to the throne is doing better. And then obviously, even though we know the result for this, let's take the Valkyrie, which will not do better than the heir to the throne, and throw that in there. I don't think he refreshed. Right. And try with the Valkyrie too. One, two, four, six. Yeah, and the Valkyrie does weaker, obviously, because even though it has a 5% stat bonus against T4, we don't have that bonus in terms of reduction. I feel like my accent is also kind of causing it to misunderstand the words that I'm saying. I don't know, but it seems okay. Like the reason I didn't want to add it was because I talked a lot and really fast. And it takes a while for this to, you know, get the translation, so you kind of have to slow down how you talk, and you know, it kind of makes it a little bit awkward for me. All right, anyway, so we got those 4 tests. We'll have to try with the T3s first when I'm hitting his town, because I don't think his T4s will work because he has a T4 melee wall. But let's try. We'll try attacking with, again, hero skinless. I think he has T3s, obviously. So let's ask him to heal. And again, hero skinless. Oh, and I don't have to scroll anymore. So let's try with this. Attack. Alright, so because he has T4s, he made some T3s. Those will stand in front of the rest of the troops, so we can test this. So without any hero skins on, we got 1760, 1760. So all he has to do now is heal. And we switch to the Emperor's Envoy now, which gives us the 300% offense, defense, and health, and a siege bonus, but obviously we don't have the 50% melee bonus anymore. 1927, so there is a buff in terms of when you're using no hero skin, obviously. And switch skin to the air. And attack again. $18.31. So now the air doesn't do any stronger than the Emperor's Envoy, and the result and the reason for this result is obvious, because we have the 30% offense against T3, we have the 150% siege buff, and the Heir to the Throne really only has that 30% debuff on the killers that the other skin's missing. And then lastly, let's switch to the Valkyrie and try with her, even though we know the results are going to be not so good. And oh, sorry, I have to attack and send. 1821. Yeah, Valkyrie doesn't do as good as the Heir to the Throne, obviously, because it's T3's first, which it doesn't have a debuff against, and even though it has the attack on towns, it doesn't have the debuff against the troop type. So killers, that one has you know, 30% offense against killers, which the Valkyrie doesn't have, even though it has 300% thingy on the towns. All right, so I'm gonna ask him to delete his T3s, and we'll see if we can get him to somehow hit. We can get our troops to somehow hit his T4 killers, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Still, I'm gonna try and see if, you know, maybe it works, but I know he has a T4 wall that he can't get rid of. So we'll try, and if it doesn't work, it's fine. And let's attack him with no skin and see, are we gonna attack the melee or the killers? Yeah, we're gonna hit the melee. That's gonna be a problem. So we can't really test this on on the towns exactly with T4s, but that's not an issue. The T3, you know, the killer's test in terms of T3 kind of made it pretty obvious in terms of what the results were. Is there anything else that you guys want to see now before I open a spreadsheet and try to put the numbers together just to, you know, to try to see what exactly the difference is? Is there anything else that you guys want to see before we go and, you know, start putting numbers into tables? Obviously, I can do onslaughts, but the reason I'm not doing onslaughts is because neither of the skins we're testing has a onslaught bonus per se. During attack, so that's not it. Here again, during an attack, there is no onslaught advantage. I don't think the Valkyrie has anything for onslaughts. Yeah, so onslaughts are out of the equation. We don't need to test that. T4 archers kill killers. True, but we're testing the Emperor's Envoy, which is the main segment of the stream. So yeah, I don't think we need to test it with archers in this case. But I think we're pretty good now to go over to the spreadsheet and try to put the numbers on the spreadsheet and take a better understanding as to what the results mean. So I'm gonna close the game, I think, and open up, let's see, on this stream, let's do a window capture, but let me open up the window first. Google Sheets. And this way we can try to put it into like a clean table and try to see the results in that turn. New Google Sheets. And we can... Ah, perfect. Alright, so... Well, give me a second so I can switch. Let's see if this works. Perfect. Close this. I can exit out of the game. Right. Perfect. Okay, so okay, now I'm gonna pull the game up on my phone, and that way I can look at the results. So give me a second to open that. All right. Yeah, let's magnify this. Not 200%. I hate it. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, this should be better. And I like to make these, no, not these. Let's make these ones wider. Right, okay. So let's merge this. Failed attacks against file with melee. Okay, so in the first one we killed 877. With no hero skin. And then we use the Emperor's Envoy. Then we used Heir to the Throne. And then we used Valkyrie. Which I don't know if I spelled its name correctly, but anyway. So, Emperor's Envoy then killed 943. Then the Heir to the Throne killed 905. And lastly, 882. And this way we can see the results better. So here's what I need to do is unmerge this. I don't know where they are. Okay. Well, never mind. Let's just do this. Kinda sucks, but I don't know why it's doing it. Okay. Failed attacks against tile with melee T4. Alright, next it was his town. And did you have the challenger skin, which is better, high attack bonus or troop type? So the reason I didn't use the challenger skin is because really we're not testing the, like, if I would have used challenger and the only thing I would have changed was just the challenger skin and used the same march size, we wouldn't have noticed a very big difference. In reality, it would just be weak. We can try that and add it to the table though. So let's just catch up with this and then eventually we'll do that. So here's the hero skin test. And then we did 1092 with the Emperor. Then 1016. And lastly, 1025. So again, here we can see that the Emperor was the most successful, and let's highlight this with a tint of green. So again, it was the most successful compared to the others. Same with this one. Challenger, no, but maybe Crusher if you have it. We'll test extra skins if we want to, guys. No worries. And then next is T3. So let me just move on a little bit. Oh, I forget. So 1, 2, 6, 7, then 1, 4, 8, 0, 1, 3, 1, 9, and 1, 3, 1, 2. So again, here the Emperor's Envoy won, if we're talking about it in that way. You know what? I want to do something. Let's make them all centered. I hate it when they're to the side. Alright, so let's go forward a little bit. Here, paste. Ah, I forget. I'll have to just do that because I hate it. It's annoying. So, now this is different. Failed attack against with killer T4 this time. So here we changed the troop type that we were using on the defense. So it was 1240 for no skin, 1266, 1279, and 1246. And here's where the Emperor didn't do as good, and the Heir just won. I don't think it was this, it was this one. And the Heir won this one because obviously we're using killers, gives your siege a 50% debuff. And then here with this one, even though we're using the siege, we have that 30% debuff, so it cuts the debuff in half. And then the last test was, let's do the last one here. Against Tile with Killer T3. So now again we have that bonus back. And 1821. So again here, since we have the bonus for T3s, no, the Emperor was able to win. So let's zoom out a little bit. It's gonna be difficult. It's kind of gonna be difficult to see all of them. Envoy, Crusher, Air, Leader. This test would answer a lot of questions. Air versus Leader. I don't have Leader, guys. I don't have Leader. That's a good test, to be honest, but I just don't have Leader. That sucks, I know. I have every skin in the game except Leader because I was a little bit pissed at just the skins not being too advantageous. Because I don't really use T8s in terms of attacking towns. I know. Sucks. It's terrible. Alright, so someone asked for a challenger test with the same thing. So we're not changing anything and we're putting challenger. Let me just make these black so they... No, just that one. Okay. So now we have to do a challenger test. We'll do the same thing. So here's the deal. 1 second. All right, so let me switch accounts back so I can go on the game. So we'll keep this open for you guys for now, and you guys can take a look at it and yeah, take a look at the results for now, and I'll open the game and we'll switch. And I also have to say thank you so much, Nectar, because you're a godsend. You're answering everyone's questions in Russian, which is a language that I can't speak, so it helps me out a lot. So yeah, big up. Thank you so much. All right. So we'll do the same tests. The first thing that we're testing is failed attack against a tile with melee T4s on it. So he's gonna put 1,000,000. Let's do the tab. And let's close the window capture for now and bring on the game capture again. Perfect. So let's do the quick tests and yeah, and then we'll put them back on the spreadsheet. Let's just hit this so I can. I know I'm kind of stupid, like I shouldn't forget, but just in case, we'll have this green thing there. Hey X, welcome to the stream, man. All right, so 1,000,000 T4s, and he's gonna keep everything the same, and I'm gonna keep everything the same. But this time I'll just have to use the challenger skin. Where is that? It's this one, right? Yep. So first test. I think it's melee T4 on the tile, so 1,000,000 melee. And I attack with challenger skin on 1,000 only. Obviously, we're not changing the parameters in terms of troops. That gives us 884. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on the sheet. 884. And then now I attack his town with let's go back to the game. Now I have to attack his town with T4, so pull his march and heal. Wait. Get rid of your no, never mind. So I think it's not gonna make a difference, but let's attack his town. And this gives us, yeah, there's no T3s. Okay, this gives us 991. So you can heal that. And let me put it back on the sheet. $991. And then attack his town when he has melee T3. So just you have to make 100,000, which is what you made last time, right? Make 100,000 again. And I hope he has it. 1275. So let's go back. It almost makes no sense. I'll show you guys in a second. Attack against tile with killer T4, so 1,000,000 killers. There's something that doesn't make any sense, guys. I'll show you in a second. 1248. So let's add that. And then lastly is if he has killer T3s on a town. Why does it say tile here? 1 second. So make again 100,000 killer T3s. And heal, please. There's one thing that doesn't make sense. We'll do that, Sammy. Give me a second. If I send the full march, I think I'll just burn his city. That's the problem. It's like I can't really send the full march. Okay. One. Oh no. I think you have to get rid of your. No, I don't have to. You have to get rid of your T3 melee. Get rid of it and then make T3 killers. $1770. I think there is an issue. No, 1770. Should be okay. Okay, so let me show you guys the thing that I'm having an issue with. Get rid of the game capture. Open this. Okay, so we're looking at the results. So 8774, 888, or 884. Very small advantage to no skin. And then we have 985 when we're attacking a town with melee T4s. And then we have 991, so like only 6 extra. Here's the one that kind of throws me off. A failed attack against the town with melee T3. We had 1276. And with the challenger skin on, we couldn't kill even as much as no hero skin. I don't understand how this works. So there's some sort of mistake that we're having here, 100%. Now whether he didn't heal his troops or he didn't make as many troops, I don't know. But this one doesn't make any sense. Like I understand that the difference is very small, but I don't think 1275 makes sense. Like I know this should be like 1285 or something. It can't be less than no hero skin. You have that offense. And then we have 1240 jumping to 1248, 1760, 1770. So the difference with the challenger skin is very, very small if we're not considering the march size. Let me open the game capture again. I just want to see if it was 1275. It is 1275. How does that work? So, let me just 1 second. Because I feel like he might have done something wrong. Attack. Can you get rid of the killers again? Or I've done something wrong. I don't know what is going on, but I need to test this 1 second. Alright, let me just tell him to make his T3s. $12.67. So something's going on. Wait. I might have made a mistake. So it's 1267, guys. That's my fault. It's not 1276. It's 1267. There we go. So, okay, now that makes a little bit more sense. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. That's my mistake in putting in the values. This, I had accidentally written this as 1276. It was actually 67. There we go. Now it makes a little bit sense, right? It actually makes sense compared to... like, there's no way that you would put on the skin and lose stats. That would not make any sense. So yeah, just looking at the results, I would say if you're a Siege player and you are using the Emperor's Envoy in non-town related incidents, we don't really know per se, like let's say in terms of tiles, In terms of tiles, when we attacked a tile with melee T4, obviously it did the best. When we attacked a tile with killer T4, it didn't do as good as something like Heir to the Throne, which has the debuff. We didn't do tile tests with the T3s, but we did them with the towns, and it did better in terms of towns. I would assume that the same results would, for the most part, carry over. We can try that as well if we want to add to the table. Let me know, guys, if you think that is something that would help you decide. In terms of the majority of the tests that we did, it did great. Better than the other skins, obviously, because for one, I was using Siege. For two, most of the tests that we did where it did perfect or great or better than the other ones where the other town was using melee. So it's not like the other town was using a type that was countering it. And then here when we countered it, and we put it in a scenario where, you know, obviously the town bonuses aren't counting, the T3 bonus that it has isn't counting, we had the Heir to the Throne do better. Is it big enough for me to say that the Heir to the Throne is 100% better? No, not really. Heir to the Throne has an advantage of giving you debuff on other troop types. Its only debuff is on melee, and the other bonus that it has is against T3s. So obviously in any other scenario, like let's say if there's T6's killer or, you know, any other troop type, you're not going to have that advantage. For me, Emperor's Envoy, I would only use it if I'm a town that only has... I must go plot a scheme for home gang. Good luck. Sounds good, Vulu. Good luck to you on your home gang. So for me, this I would use if I'm attacking towns in onslaughts. And the only troop type that I have is Siege. Let's say I'm doing, we're doing a town onslaught in Jot, and the only troop types that I have are Siege. Is the only time that I would end up using the Emperor's Envoy. I wouldn't use it if I'm attacking the fortress, because the one thing that you can see is if you're hitting a troop type that's not the same tier where the Envoy gives you a bonus, or if you're using a troop type that's not the one where it gives you a debuff against, it doesn't do as good as a skin like Heir to the Throne. For me, fortresses I would 100% use Heir to the Throne or the other skin. What was his name? Let's go quickly check. I wanna mention his name because, oops, not town skins, hero skins. The Defender of Amaria, the Amaria skin. Tab. Perfect. So yeah, I would use the Amaria skin or the Heir to the Throne when it comes to fortresses. Unfortunately, I can't test that right now, obviously, because I don't have access to an empty pop or, you know, a fortress right now to test that. But I've done those tests before, and I don't think Emperor's Envoy will do any better in those cases, because the only times the Emperor's Envoy is going to do better than those skins is if the opponent in the fortress has melee, and the opponent in the fortress is not using T8s per se, or you know, is using a low troop type, like for some reason they're using T3s, then this would do better. But if they're using T8s, I would 100% use Heir to the Throne, and if they're using T7s, I would probably use the Amaria skin, because that will do much better than this. This will give you only an advantage if they're using Siege. If you're using Siege and if they're using melee. If they're using any other troop type, you probably won't notice an advantage, and the other two skins, both Heir to the Throne and the Amaria skin, will probably do better than this. Eventually, if somehow I manage to get access to a pop or a fortress, this is something that I would like to test. Obviously now we have access to the skin, we can test those. But for the most part, I would give this probably a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Obviously, it's an Asgard skin. It costs 15 million medals, roughly. so it's not the cheapest skin. And with the results, like, obviously you do have an advantage, but a skin like Heir to the Throne, the advantage that it has might be less, but you can use it against everything. You can use, even though you have a smaller bonus, you can use it against every troop type with every troop type, right? Like if I use killers and I put the Heir to the Throne on and I'm attacking someone with cavalry or archers, the bonuses will carry on even though I'm using killers, even though my opponent's troop type, I don't know about it. In those scenarios, this skin will not do as good as a skin like Heir to the Throne, which gives you the flexibility to change your troop type. Now, a skin like the Emperor's Envoy, if the only troop type I have are siege, I don't have any other troop types, I would see an advantage to this because I only have siege. Regardless of whether my opponents are playing killers or cav or, you know, any troop type that would counter my siege, regardless of that, the only thing I can do is play siege, right? So I would like my siege offense to be increased. I would like to have a bonus against towns, obviously. In terms of fortresses, again, it's questionable, but let's say, again, if I only have siege, I'd probably also want to have Heir to the Throne and, you know, Amaria. And if I have this, it's a bonus. If I don't have this, it's not like I've lost a ton, because the other skins give you those stats. If not 100% of it, they give you like 90-95% of it. Would I recommend you to get this? And as I was saying, yes and no. Obviously, you have to consider the cost. It costs you 15 million medals roughly. So do you have access to 15 million medals? Are you a siege only player? Those are things that you have to consider when you're investing in a skin like this, because Asgard medals are very difficult to come by, and spending them carelessly is not really the best idea. It does good against other skins. Obviously, the only other skin that we used in here that is from an Asgard store is Heir to the Throne. It does do better than the Heir to the Throne when the parameters are in its advantage. Obviously, when I'm attacking a melee tile, when I'm attacking a melee town, obviously it's doing better than Heir to the Throne. But as soon as we attack a killer tile, it's not doing as good. So these are things that you have to consider when you're investing in a skin like this. My general advice is every advantage that you have against another player is a good advantage to have. But again, all of this will depend on whether you can afford to have that advantage, right? If you can afford it, go for it. If not, go for something that gives you the flexibility. Heir to the Throne gives you flexibility. If it's the only thing you can afford, it gives you both flexibility in terms of hitting towns, hitting tiles, hitting fortresses, because it gives you the debuff. The debuffs in the game are obviously amazing, and having the flexibility of having the debuff against every troop type is something that you definitely need to have in the game. Because you never know when your opponent's going to change troop types. You never know when your opponent is going to have an advantage against you. You always want to have the upper hand. So using the Heir to the Throne gives you the upper hand. Versus the Emperor's Envoy, the only times you have the upper hand compared to a skin like the Emperor, like the Heir to the Throne, is when the parameters are in your advantage. Or again, as I was saying, you only have siege. You don't have any, choice in terms of what you can change. You can go get it. In others, and again, one of the things that you have to consider is if this was a town skin. The stats would accumulate, it would add up, it would work out somehow, and you would get the stats without having to activate it. With the hero skins, the problem that most people have is they forget to change their hero skins around. And if you have many hero skins, you stop changing them around. And that's the reason that I kind of stopped buying hero skins from the seasonal store. It's like you have so many hero skins and the stats difference is so minute that you don't even have time to change it around. You don't have time to get the new skins, and really it doesn't make sense for you to be investing in more hero skins. Again, and I said it and I bought the other skin anyway, but yeah, doesn't give me the impression that this skin would conquer, or you know, it's something game breaking. But it's a good advantage to have. If I have time to change my hero skin, and I know my enemy is only using melee in their town, this is a good advantage to have. Aside from that, I would stick to the you know, more generic and more flexible option, like Heir to the Throne, if that shows up, or the Defender of Amaria, if it's a fortress battle, you kind of want to have that too. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I am pretty pleased with how the tests came out, and overall I'm pleased with the stream. Let me know if this helped you guys. I would normally not be streaming these sort of things. I would just make a video out of it, but I have time to stream, and making a video is much more difficult than it may look, so I decided to stream it. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the stream. Thank you everyone. If there's any ideas that you have for future videos, future streams, definitely make sure to let me know about them, and I will try my best to make those things happen. If there's any tests that you guys want to see, obviously now I know everyone wants to see a leader test, so I will try my best to ask Torin if I can have access to that skin, or you know, somehow figure out if we can find an account or whatever that we can borrow that has access to the skin. We'll try to figure out how we can test those things out, and you know, at the end of the day, it's these tests that help us determine whether something is a good purchase or something is a bad purchase. We don't really know any of these things until we test them out, and obviously someone has to buy them so that we can figure these things out. So you know, it works out in the end. But yeah, overall I'm pretty okay with the results. I'm pretty happy with the way the stream came along, and thank you so much to everyone that showed up to the stream. I know it's a pretty long stream, but now we have answers that we may not have otherwise. So yeah, thank you so much everyone that showed up. I hope that 2023 is going to treat you well. It's going to be a good year for all of us, and obviously I would like for 2023 to have its challenges. I'm never going to say I want a year that is not going to have any challenges and it's going to be easy. Challenges are what make us do better in life, but yeah, I hope the challenges are stuff that we can conquer. Good testing, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, X. Thank you too for it. Just in my opinion, the tests help me to know in advance if I need to buy something. I would say 100% the tests help all of us. There have been times that I've seen tests from Negan, tests from Bones, that have given me advantages in terms of deciding whether I want something or not. And sometimes, you know, the tests aren't there all the time. Sometimes you are the person that has to test things out. And I'm not going to say these tests are perfect or the parameters are okay. In general, it gives me a very good idea of what the skin is and how the skin, you know, comes into play, but it doesn't really go into very extreme depths. It just gives me a general idea of it, and you know, if I want to do more tests later on, I can do it. If there's anything that's unclear to me, I can do it later on, but just to give you guys a general understanding of these things. Ciao for now. Sounds good. I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate every one of you that showed up to the stream. And if you're watching this as a live video, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tests like this. That's going to be it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.